Michael C. I'm a teacher. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm a friend. I'm a husband. But most importantly, I'm a father. I created TheSkyBoxx in 2021 to show to you that being a rapper and a ball player isn't the only way they can provide opportunities for themselves. In Season 5, Rise Above, we're going to explore some special guest journeys and see how they rose above their circumstances. And they just didn't become good, they became great. Welcome to Rise Above. It's me, Michael C., the source of life, over the mic. On this episode today, we have 1990-91 World Championship winner, 10th degree red belt, 1992 tried out for the U.S. Martial Art Olympic team, 10-time Martial Art Hall of Famer, Dr. Grandmaster Fred Waters. And we talked a little bit about his journey. What does it take to be a martial artist? And a little bit more. Sit back and relax. Enjoy. Me, Michael C., with the light over the mic, where we don't let our temporary setbacks become our permanent failures. Let me introduce you to someone, y'all. When it comes down to this man, he's like an uncle to me. When it comes to this man, he is more like a father figure to me. He was there with me through a lot of things. I mean, a lot. He tried to force me into martial arts, but I would not do it. My mom, my dad, and my brother did it, but I would not. I want you to sit back. I want to introduce you to a very, very special friend of mine, Mr. Master, Grandmaster Fred Waters. Welcome to Rise Above. How are you doing? Man, I'm all right. Let's get right into it. We're going to get right into it. First question I want to ask you. What type of martial arts do you study?
Well, when I started off in Ishiru and Okinawan style martial arts. That was in 1973. Then I went into the military. I studied Taekwondo, Wukong, a little Kung Fu. Throughout the years, studied a little Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Muay Kwan. What else? Got into military hand-to-hand combat, and that's it. What I teach is close quarter combat.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been into martial arts for?
Coming up on 50 years.
50 years. Whew. Yeah. Older than me. You've been doing it more than me.
I started when I was like around 18 or 19 years old when I started.
Okay. All right, then when was the moment that you knew that you wanted to stay in martial arts?
When a gang was going to kick my butt, and that's when I got into martial arts. But when I decided, it was something I always liked to do. Here's the reason why I got into the martial arts. I was on the wrestling team in high school, and I was going to Camp Curtin and William Penn. I was on the wrestling team. Then I got on the football team and track team. And the thing that turned me off is the night before the game, guys, back in the day, they were drinking Tiger Rose, some wine, and they smoked a little weed and all that stuff, but that wasn't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we lose a game, that would make me upset because we lost because they were doing other things.
Right.
So I got into an individual sport where if I lost the fight, it's because I didn't train hard enough.
Right.
So I went from wrestling to then getting into martial arts, and I kind of stuck with it.
Well, let's look at it seems like a lot of that martial arts, the wrestling. As a martial artist, what would it take? Would you take on the UFC sports, combat sports then? If it was right back in the day, right now, would you do it?
Nope.
Why?
It's not my cup of tea. Number one, you got to train. I'm a truck driver. I'm a retired trucker. I made my living by jamming gears, not jamming my foot in somebody's butt.
Right.
So, so that's why it wasn't fit for me. And I don't think I'm that type of guy. I can't stand there and in the ring and go hands on all day. That gets old. What I do is you can't do in the ring.
So even as a 10th degree red belt, you don't feel you're on that UFC level?
No. Because they do it for sport. I do it to survive.
That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference.
They got rules in the UFC. You don't see nobody popping somebody's eyeball out their head or jumping behind him with their finger stuck up his nose and trying to rip his nose, rip the skin off, and all kinds of different things. Breaking bones. I mean, when I train military, that's what I teach them. There are no rules in the battlefield.
Mm.
When you go out on the street, somebody comes up there and puts a knife up to your throat. I teach you how to take that and check their prostate with it. Just don't put no KY jelly on it.
Right.
So you don't get that in the UFC. So them guys are in the league all to their own. They can have it.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my cup of tea. After I seen that one guy get knocked out, and the guy was still boom, 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 boom.
That was all she wrote for you.
That's all it wrote.
I know that's right.
I get a beating like that, I won't be able to drive a truck. So I got more fear for my wife than I do the guys in the UFC.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Baby formula, that stuff costs money. Baby shoes cost more than my 14, man.
Ain't that the truth? You ain't lying.
Yeah.
You're not.
Can't afford to get hurt like that.
Right. So it's almost like if it ain't paying the bills.
That's right. Now, if you're good, there's a lot of guys who are good. I don't take anything from them guys. It takes a special type of gladiator to go out there and do that kind of stuff. That's just not my cup of tea.
I get it.
I kind of look halfway decent. I don't want no cauliflower ear. I don't want my ears looking all funny.
Right.
And I don't want to run around scars on my face. I mean, them guys are warriors out there, man. They go out there and battle. I did my battling in the truck. I got my paycheck every week driving trucks. I'm not out there trying to get a score big paycheck and get my arms broke, legs broke. Because as you get older, that stuff comes back on you.
Yes, it does. Well, you see, we got a good one here for you. Just take a moment, let that marinate in your system, and we'll be back to you in a few, right after this. All right. We're back. You already know what it is. I'm Michael C., the source of life over the mic. I'm here with Grandmaster and Dr. Fred Waters. And let's keep this thing going. You told me a little bit about what got you into martial arts, just a tiny bit about it. I want to hear the whole story on how you got into martial arts.
Well, this started prior to 1973. It was some guys, there was a gang got after my brothers, and it was a whole bunch of guys. And long story short, I'm coming back from a party out on the hill, and it was up there around 13th and Hurst Street at the cemetery. These guys had me cornered. There was a bunch of them, and we got to fighting out there. Well, I guess we were fighting. And I guess I was starting to get the best of it, because next thing I know, let me see if I can do it on here. Where's my fingers at? You can't see it, but anyway, it was a big butcher knife, big. The moon was shining. That thing, only thing I seen, it looked like it was about a yardstick. That's how the butcher knife looked. That scared me so bad. So I did a move like I seen on TV in a Bruce Lee movie, like what was that, the Green Hornet or something like that. And the guy said, "Oh, ain't no karate." I seen a hole, I broke loose through there, and I ran all the way home. So I knew I had to learn how to fight, because that was scary back in the day.
That's
So
true.
then after school up at John Harris, I was out there at John Harris, because that's when they switched us going out to John Harris from William Penn, busing us out there. They had a karate school out there after school in the auditorium. Sensei Walter Dobson was the instructor. So I watched it and I decided to join up. And from then, things started to, build up my confidence a lot more. A lot of things that I used to worry about, I wasn't worrying about it no more. So that's where it started at. And I just stuck with it from 1973, and this is 2023.
50 years. Whoa. What's the most difficult part about being a martial artist? And you have 50 years in, so you definitely have that answer.
Well, I don't know. Like I tell a lot of people, everybody says, "Oh man, you're a 10th man, man. You can do this. You do this stuff. Oh, you can disarm it." That stuff don't mean nothing, man. It means a lot. But here's the thing. This is just me. I tell people before I got into martial arts, I was afraid. Because things happen. People always start crap. You had that fear in your mind. But with martial arts, does give you a confidence that you know what you can do and can't do. Right now, I still have a fear of what I can do to somebody. So it didn't change. So you got to still be humble and have a positive attitude. But you can't just because I know how to take somebody's life, I can't do it.
Right, right.
It's a thing called excessive force. When I was young, I was worried about somebody using excessive force on me. Now, I worry about using excessive force on them. Because, when I train the military, it's to the limit. It's striking to the throat, running a knife up through the throat, up through the neck,
All that.
checking the prostate with a bayonet. It's all out war.
Right.
But now, with that knowledge, you keep it bottled up in here. And the thing like I tell people, I just keep a low profile. I just stay happy all the time.
That's true. Oh God. All you do is sit down in the basement and eat ice cream all day and fly your little what is it, F-15s or F-14s?
F-18s, I got all the flight simulators, passenger planes, 787, 747, 737, F-18s, stealth fighters, F-111, F-117. I got all the ones. I got them all.
And you're just living your best life.
Oh man, okay. I can crash and head escape and do it all over again.
I know that's right. Let me ask you this. It sounds like your self-esteem really wasn't really affected, but it was affected to an extent, right? Before you started martial arts.
Well, just with a certain group of people, because you lived in fear, because they was always out. It was more of them. You never knew where eyes were. I was in like 10th grade when that mess started.
Right.
And that was like back in '72. So in '72, that's when they had Agnes, the flood that flooded up. And the last time I got in a fight with them guys, it was like during the flood. And it's bad, man, when you live in fear. So, that's why I train people today, because a lot of times that can affect you. But I had two big dogs too, so when I went places, I had my dogs with me.
There you go. There you go.
Back up.
There you go. There you go. Let me ask you this: have you ever had to use it? And if so, you give me an example.
I don't. I was in the bathroom. We stayed in the World War II barracks, and he was in between the sink, and another guy was drunk, and he was trying to cut him, and he was starting cutting him with a knife, but it was cutting his T-shirt, but it never broke his skin. So when I looked at him, and I said, "Man, why don't you cut that stuff out?" Man, he said something to me, and I said, "I got something for you." So when I went to go back to my room, walking down the hallway, something told me to turn around and look. When I looked, he was coming at me. So I stood back, and I ran and slid on the floor and kicked him with a side kick up in his stomach. And he was so drunk, he spun around and fell on top of me with the knife. And wait a minute, I missed that one point. I know. Let's back up. When he was swinging a knife at me, I was wearing boxer shorts. And that's why today I never wear boxer shorts. Because when I jumped back, something jumped out. When he sliced, I thought he cut something off there. So slid up and caught him, and he fell on top of me with the knife. And then a couple of guys pulled the guy off of me, so I told him, I said, when you get sober, we're gonna have a little discussion. So the next day after formation, he said he never remembered what happened. So that was one of the highlights of my fight. But other than that, I don't get in no fights with nobody, because when you get, once you get to a certain level, and the person's selling whoop tickets, as long as they don't put your hands on you, ain't nothing to worry about. But in my mind, I already defeated them already. Because it's almost like they're the walking dead already. And
Right.
the fight never even started because you already fought what you're going to do. And that's the scariest part about it. Because without self-control, I'd be with my hands behind my back and may take little baby steps like that and marching you with a little orange jumpsuit on.
Right.
It can also get you in trouble too, so you just got to be cool.
I don't know what else to say. You just got to be cool, y'all. And with that being said, let's take another break and let it marinate. And I'll check y'all out after this. All right, we're back with Grandmaster and Dr. Fred Waters. Let's get into the serious questions, y'all. All right, let's get into it. When do you think is the best time to get into martial arts?
Starting the kids off at like 4.5, 5 years old. That's good. I started my daughter off at 2 years, 11 months old. So it depends on the attention span for the kids. So if your kid listens, but most people don't take it like 5.5 to 6 years old. And remember one thing, folks, you're never too old to learn how to protect yourself because you're never too old to get robbed or raped, carjacked.
Right.
So you think about that. Learning something is better than nothing.
Right.
Even if you don't remember one thing that I say, somebody comes up and grabs you up in your chest, stick your fingers in the eyes and get away.
That's it.
You're not gonna, if you stick them out, you're not gonna say, oh, come here, let me see that. Let me blow that out. No. Hope and run. Palm strike and get out the way. Palm strike to the nose. But you have to have the confidence to do it. That's the main thing. You're never too old to get robbed or beat up. And there's so many people getting assaulted these days. So it's better to learn something about home security, blocking your doors, keeping the brush cut down around your house. So self-defense, it just keeps going on and on. Just like with your bank account. You keep a watch over that. That's self-defense.
Right.
You take a shower. That's for your health. That's self-defense.
Right.
Everything you do today is self-defense. And these people today out here are just crazy. So you got to learn how to, you got to step the game up. Learn how to protect yourself in every way, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
What advice would you give a person who is scared or intimidated to take self-defense classes?
Call somebody up, to take private lessons. Everybody don't like taking it with people, and just you got to come out that shell. But I would say take a private lesson, but find a good instructor. Some people just take your money, and that's what they do. If you want to learn self-defense, you learn self-defense. You don't want to be learning how to kick up to the ceiling, fly through the air like it's a kung fu movie. Ain't no magic tricks out here. Just go out there and learn how the basic things to do. How to strike, how to punch, how to jam your fingers, a knife hand strike to the neck, cut off the blood to draw the artery, strike to the throat, but in traditional karate, you're in there punching, doing, you're doing kicks. You do kicks in self-defense, but you're not kicking up to nobody's face. The highest you're going to be kicking is to a groin area. You're going to be kneeing to the groin area, kicking to the shins. So, there's a lot. So when you go looking for a school on self-defense, sit down and watch what do they teach. If they're doing high kicks to the head, then, look for another school.
Right.
But I teach close quarter combat, and there ain't no kicking up to the head. Yes, I did traditional martial arts. I did it all my life. But I like close quarter combat better. I ain't got to do all that kicking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I got 2 more questions for you. With all the violence and crime that's all around the streets, how do you think that martial arts would help, in your opinion?
Awareness, being around your surroundings 24/7. It's so bad today you can't even relax. You can't even go to church and sit down and relax. There used to be a time when you can go to church and take in the spirit, get your soul right. And then you got to worry about some nut coming in shooting up the place. You can't go to the grocery store. The kids can't go to school in peace. So this is why getting into martial arts to be aware. You got to be aware of everything. So that's one of the main things. I know I'm getting off track because when you said that, I'm getting ready to just go on and on and on. But this helps you on awareness. Ain't just been in any type of martial arts if you're in a good school. You're not going in there to play jumping ball and run around playing tag and all that goofy stuff. You want to learn how to defend yourself? You take a class on self-defense. If you want to learn traditional karate, you learn it. They teach you how to block, how to punch, how to kick. That all helps. But when you go out in the street, somebody pulls a knife on you, kicking ain't gonna do it. You gotta know how to disarm. So there's a lot. So, you got Michael C on there. He knows who I am. So, if you got questions, ask him, he can ask me, and maybe we can, see what we can do for you.
You already know what it is, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Well, guys, I told you this interview was going to do good, but you know what next is coming up. The pod deck, y'all. It's the pod deck, y'all. Right after this. Hey, if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, hit me up at the number one SkyBoxx at gmail.com. I will read and I will respond to every question, thought, or concern. And I may even put one or two questions on the next episode. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all. It's the project, y'all. It's the project, y'all. I told y'all, we were going to bring back the project, y'all. We're going to do it a little different this time. Usually what I do with the prod deck, have the guests sitting here, we shuffle the cards, and then they pick out of the deck of cards. But since we're doing this from Zoom, we're going to give it 3 cards, 3 choices. You're going to pick one, and we're going to ride out on that. Let's go get them. All right. The 3 cards I'm looking at. Go get it.
Let me see. Pod deck. Okay, pod decks. Okay, let me take number 3.
Number three. What is your greatest accomplishment in life?
Let me see. Well, surviving the military, going in the military, getting out, everything was cool. Getting a good job, driving tractor trailers, and retired. Everything is cool. Got married to my second wife. Been married going on 36 years. Everything is cool.
Congratulations on that.
Kids, grown. They don't ask me for any money. Everything is cool. Won the world championship back in 1991. World Karate Association. 1992, trying out for the U.S. Olympic team. 10-time martial arts Hall of Famer. Doing movies and being on the Michael C. show, being on the Jocelyn Moore show, the Hodges show, and life is good.
I know that's right. I got one more question to fire at you. A personal question. You told me a lot of things about my father. I want you to tell me one memory about my father in martial arts.
Okay. Back in 1970, I think it was 74, because around 74, I just took a test for my green belt, and your dad and a couple other guys come in, and I was drinking, what was it, a Crush, or one of them sodas, I can't remember what it was. I had a canned soda, holding it with 2 hands shaking. Your dad walked in there, and I didn't know who he was. I'm bowing at everybody to come in and just bowing. And I was like, yes, I was so tired. But then I come to find out that I met your dad again up at the gas station. I was working up there. I was making $1.60 an hour, making big bucks back in 1970, 73 sometime, because I just bought a car. But yeah, with your dad, then I wind up meeting him again at Yellow Freight.
Yeah.
Because your dad was always schooling me. And he said, Brad, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You got only one king and one queen to a house. Now, he'd always tell me that.
Ain't
You
that
better act
true?
like a king, or somebody else gonna come and take your place
Yeah,
and act like a king.
sure will.
So a lot of stuff he used to tell me, when I was young, I'd be like, but hey, with wisdom. And another thing, your dad was a Marine. So, them guys, they seen stuff. They had a lot worse than what I did. But,
Right.
he was always schooling me. But he would
Always.
always be cracking up on some of the stuff I do, because if you don't know stuff, you don't know. But
Right.
your dad, he'd be laughing. There's so many funny things about him, man.
Yeah.
He could drive a truck.
Salute to
man,
you,
it was
Dad.
so
Salute
tight.
to you, Pops. Salute to you, Pops. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
So how can they contact you?
Well, you can contact Topflightcombatives at Defense LLC, or go to the website is topflightcombatives.com or topflightcombatives@gmail.com. Phone number 717-657-8397. I only do private lessons. We'll do groups if, like for churches and stuff like that. But with COVID going on, I'm sucking up all my retirement. I'm not looking to get sick. I'm doing fine the way I am. I don't need to go out there and get around a group of people. Don't want to wear a mask. Don't want to get the shots. So everybody do what they want to do. But if you want me teaching you, you're going to have a mask on. I wore a gas mask in the military, and I didn't die.
Right.
And I had one on for like 15 hours because we got gassed the crap out of us. And you couldn't walk around without a mask on, and nobody complained. So that's what you do. If you want me for a group, churches, I'm teach you how to disarm weapons. I teach you how to disarm AR-15, 45s, knives. I do carjacking prevention. Talk about security for your home. I do all that kind of stuff. Rape prevention. The human trafficking's going on, so kids going to college. If your parents if you want those kids to know how to protect themselves, come and see me.
I know that's
I
right.
don't have time to raise nobody's baby. Serious.
You got any shout outs?
Oh man, I don't know. Well, let me see. I'm going to be doing a seminar down in Raleigh, North Carolina next month. Well, in April. Well, tomorrow be February. Tomorrow be March. So April the 15th, I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, teaching close quarter combat. It's an event. It's up on Facebook. Somebody hit me up. I'll give them their information.
There you go.
I don't really have no shout out except for my kids. If you see it, Fred, Nick, and Ariel, if you see it, your pop said hi. What's that?
Well, you know who it is, Nico. You know what it is, Noel. I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode, and I'd love to hear from you. If you want to email me at number one SkyBoxx at gmail.com with your thoughts, questions, or who would you love to sit here with me right now and have a beautiful conversation with me here in the SkyBoxx studio. I would like to thank Dr. and Grandmaster Fred Waters for giving us all the information about martial arts, how to protect ourselves, and a lot more. Me, I'm Micheal C., the Source of Life, over the mic. Until next time, remember, be good to yourself, y'all.